Heyo, welcome to Baturdays in the BatCave. I am a solo guy because the minister had to minister tomorrow, and his wife is planning a bachelorette party or attending a bachelorette party, so he's home alone with the kids. But I highly doubt his wife is up to any hijinks because they met at Bible college or something like that. So I highly doubt she's out gallivanting, but he is home alone. So it's me solo here. And Super Laugh Hard and Larry's Library are having a battle of philosophy here with wonderful quotes about reading. So I'll just go over these before I get half an hour behind rather, because I'm always so behind. Here we go. And this one's funny. Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside of a dog, it's too dark to read. Groucho Marx. Let's see. Here we go from Roald Dahl. This is Audrey Hepburn, but it sounds like Omnidog. For my whole life, my favorite activity was reading. It's not the most social pastime. Exactly. I find television very educating. Every time somebody turns on the set, I go into the other room and read a book from Groucho Marx. Fill your house with stacks of books and all the crannies and all the nooks. Oh, Dr. Seuss. Books are your uniquely portable magic. How long are you guys going on for? The person who deserves most pity is a lonesome one on a rainy day who doesn't know how to read. Classic, a book which people praise and don't read. Mark Twain. Hello, Mr. Tex. Super Laugh Hard. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, are you sure you're in before James? I feel like I saw James. Yeah, James is right here. Sorry, dude. You were after James. That was Omnimattie's vault. Okay, whatever. Taylor Talks Comics. Hold it. First reading goal. Okay, wait. These are my goals, and I do have goals for reading this year, but I pulled them all out, and so we will go over them, but I have many things on top of many things. I even brought my iPad because I downloaded a bunch of stuff on it. So hang on. Taylor Talks Comics. First on my list is this. You promised me I was going to like this. That's a promise. You promised you'd pay me back all the money I spent on it if I didn't like it. At least that's how I remember it. So yeah, it's on my list. It's first on my list. Okay, Taylor? Are you satisfied? There's Dean. Hey, Dean. Oh, Darkwave Fairy. How you doing? Cycle. Okay, I'll allow it. I won't read it out loud, but sure. Definitely have to read more than thinking what books I want it to be made or thinking about what to buy. You made it. Hey, Daniel. Thanks for joining. Here's Josh. Josh, I noticed that you're a mod for Very Fine Condition. Are you a spy here to steal all my ideas? Did Omar send you to steal all my ideas instead of watching my videos to steal them all himself? We have a spy. Larry, I love it. It is super comfortable. It's a, let's see if I can shine a light on it. It's a, well, it says Secret Lab, but it's a Batman one. Can you see the bat logo? Yeah. It comes with a headrest and a back cushion. So I'm relaxing in my Secret Lab chair, and I actually have more room than I did in the other space, so I can twirl around. Right, and I'm wearing this, hoping that Hayden is going to be in the chat because he and I are excited for the Valentine Day Harley special on February 9th. Oh, okay, Super Laugh Hard. You have good taste in books, so no, that would be bronze. That would be the latter part of the Bronze Age. Oh, Hayden, good. You saw my t-shirt then. Good. Taylor recommendation number 1. Many more to come. I'm doing well, Warren. How are you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining. I did. James sent me a video or a GIF of you smoking circles, and I told James to tell you, but you're here, that I would tell you when you were here in the chat that I used to be able to do that with cigarettes. Yeah, back in college. You look great, Bar. Hey, Chris. Sazmurf, what up? Going completely digital in 2023. Sad day for the collector and me. But it sounds like it makes sense for you. By the way, I saw Justice League International Volume 1 was being reprinted on Luna's website. I didn't know it was out of print. And you know what? I'm worried about my iPad getting smushed. So I'm going to move my Girl Scout cookies that I got today and I'm not telling my wife about. These are lemon ups. And they have messages on them. I am creative. Yeah, that's all right. Here's Kenny. How you doing? Impossible. Omar, sorry he ever made Josh a mod. This is where your battle stems from. Don't bring your battle onto my show. What posture do you read books in? Sitting? That's right. Drink it in, Bar. Isn't it awesome? Just I told you, Mel's the editor on my comic. I have no loyalty to Omar. Haha. Okay. She even lets you call her Mel? Yes. Well, Hayden's in Scotland, so it's hard for me to cheat on you. No, I am not cheating on you. There's enough braggadocio to go around. Yeah, see? James knows. Oh, I can't sit cross-legged. I have 2 replacement knees, and I can't do that anymore. To read because you can spread a book open in your lap nicely. I'll show you. Wait, where'd it go? You guys know the thing I use. Where'd I put it? Here it is. I put this dude in my lap and lap read because even a monster chonkster like this, Taylor, is fine to read on this. Awesome. I can do those. Oh, Cycle Cleveland. What's the time for? Let's see if Cycle can identify that sound. I'll go way down to the end. What's the time for? Meanwhile, I did. It's being sent to me from TFAW. I had a book stand too. I have a book stand over there, but it's this pillow thingy is so much more comfortable. That's right, buddy. It's bolus time. Bolus time. Where are my boluses? Right here. Woo! Let's go. Okay. Sorry, dropped my bolus. Okay, now I skipped a bunch of comments to pretend I got caught up. Okay. Yes. By the way, I can do a French inhale. Sure. Warren's good. Oh, you learned how to do it today. Nice. Update. Everything is unpacked. Not everything is shelved. No, or is everything organized? I think I'm going to wait to do another video until all my books that I unboxed, because it was Patty and I were like, okay, it's time to get these boxes out of our lives. So I just unboxed, and I set them right in the middle of the floor. So there's 25 piles of books in the middle of the floor in the other room. And now the organization gets to start. And I will tell you just a sec. I've decided that I want to have, starting here at the end, I'm going to start DC Omnis. Absolutes are going to go over in the Kalax. Peace and love. That's the way it is. DC Omnis, and then we're going to have all DC in this these Billies behind me. That's where that's going to go. Marvel Omnis are going to go over in the Kalax. Things that, this sounds gross. Like things that I've already read or are like second tier reads that I'm going to get to before I die. They're going to go behind the Marvel Omnis in the Kalax. Marvel OHCs are going to go there in those two shelves. So I think I have a good plan. Okay, I hope you do too. Oh, wait, I just saw you say you got Casablanca in like 4K. That's my favorite film noir. Casablanca is one of my favorite movies ever, and your comic books that have film noir elements in them. Film noir elements in them. I'm having trouble pronouncing as I usually do. I feel like a lot of the Paradox Press crime books, those small dudes that Taylor, the Minister of Comics, and I read, those are very crime noirish. So I would say that's the one that have film noir elements in them. Well, Casablanca might not be considered film noir because there's no crime, although the Nazis are occupying. It is a crime. Crimes are committed. I'll tell you what. I'll compromise and answer a completely different question. An underrated Humphrey Bogart movie is The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Love that movie. Here's Jake Spencer. Hey, buddy. Nice. We have that in common, Chris. Hayden, it's up to you to start a troop. Eric Carter says, with my wife deployed, I've decided I'm diving into tons of reading. Thus far this year, I've read Death of Superman, American Vampire Omnis 1 and 2, Last Ronin, and Witch. Boy, nice job, Eric. Mr. Tex, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like button. That reminds me. Don't forget to go to Organic Price Books. Use my code Omnidog for $2 off. Here's where the big savings are. 5% off. Ship 3 or more books together. Omnidog is ship it together. Put Omnidog in it. Ship it together. Get 5% off. That's big savings. Okay, back to the comments. I'm almost caught up. Daredevil. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. I see you and Bar have a history on somebody else's channel that sort of frosts my cookies a little bit, but I'll allow it. You are allowed to have a life outside of Omnidog's vault. Not sure exactly what the error was, but the first printing of JLI had a printing error. The second printing fixed it. The problem is that the first and second printings, well, I can promise you this has to be the second printing because I only got it like 2 weeks ago, unless they had a warehouse full of the first ones. Happy Very Fine Condition announced that Alpha Flight Omnibus reprint, so going to get it. I only read Omnis on my desk in my Herman Miller chair. Oh, Herman Miller. Just did you pick it? Already answered that. Yes, I did. Oh, here's where you said you got Casablanca. Yeah, that's got to look great. Bose time. Halfway through 7 to Eternity. Pretty great so far. Did not like the 2 non-Opeña art issues too much, though. It's hard to follow Jerome Opeña with almost anybody. That I get, Larry. Oh, and here's my buddy next to Maginaut with a 1 out of 2. Just joined the stream in case you missed it. Barely acceptable condition. Confirmed today that he got it direct from DC's new collected editions department head that they won't be disbanding the Omni format. 1 out of 2. And will in fact be issuing several more new Omnis and long-awaited reprints by the end of 2023. Let me just say, I'll believe it when I see it. And by that, I mean the Phantom Stranger Omnibus. But that's good to know. Hey, Mark T. I need some advice, Jess. Lately, I've been having trouble reading. I've got so many books I want to read that I read nothing. Oh, you've got reader's block. How do you decide your next books? I believe the Minister of Comics and I actually had a show on this, Daniel. That's a real problem. You can get frozen by how many books you have not read yet. You want it, but that's different than having reader's block where you're reader's burnout. Reader's block, I just went to pick out the books for tonight. I said, what are the books that I've been most wanting to read to help me get caught up and that I think I'll enjoy the most? So if I were you, Daniel, I would look at your books and say, what's the one that I think is going to give me the most pleasure? And what's the one I've been wanting to read the most for the longest time? Tell me if that works. Dean says, how many Omnis have you read last year, Jess, if you count OHCs and trade paperbacks also? I'm not sure. I mean, I put all books into my Goodreads thing. I did not come close to my Goodreads challenge, but I really just do it because of keeping track. So let's see how many books I read last year. And that was trade paperbacks, Omnis, and OHCs. Let's see. My books. Where did I finish on my reading challenge? I had 250 set, and I read 138. In my defense, I did have to move and had to start packing up in October. We started packing up in October, so my reading dropped off dramatically. Could I have made it to 250? Yes. Would I have made it to 250? Probably not. I'm going to set my goal for a little less because I want to read more Omnis this year. So I'm going to set my goal, and I don't even care if I hit it or not. It's just a way for me to keep track so I can do the best of, which I'm going to do this week, the best of 2022 before we get too far into 2023. So I'm going to set it at 150. Just dropped his bolus. I heard that's supposed to happen in infancy. Not sure what that means, but okay. That pillow looks amazing, but my cat would be angry. Cats are agents of Satan. What are you doing with a cat? Yes, everything's out of boxes. Hey, YP. My girlfriend watched the live stream the next day at work and saw my massive haul. That is an issue with having a YouTube channel, Jake. I was on The Brave and the Boys on Thursday night. That's Jake's YouTube broadcast. And he had a monster quality haul, but it was a monster haul. Also, how do you read longer series? I want to read TMNT, Invincible, etc. Should I just read it all at once, volume at a time, then another book, half the series? What do you do? Good question, because, now I have to move. I had an order I was going to go in, but obviously it's not going to happen this way. One of my other reading goals this year is to read and finish Invincible. Now, you notice this is Invincible Volume 5. Still has the plastic on it. I've read 1 through 3 4 times and have never gotten past it. I'm reading this year, and this is just personally for me. I want to read all the way through it. I didn't do that with TMNT. That was a pretty easy story for me to drop and then pick up. But I also didn't leave much time between books. If you're going to drop a series, I wouldn't go too long, or you're going to have to go back and reread, Daniel. So if you're doing TMNT or Invincible, this is what I'm going to do. Try and read 3 or 4 of them, go do something else, then come back, but get a chunk every time if you can. Oh, here's Razor Ramen. What up, Razor? We are enjoying our new place. Okay, Josh likes Casablanca is so damn good. Yes, you're right. Yeah, there's nothing but crime in Casablanca. Okay, Josh and Jake are... Yeah, I thought so. Jess, have you seen In a Lonely Place with Bogart? It's absolutely a hidden gem of a noir and a top-tier Bogart performance. In a Lonely Place. I have not. Let me screen cap that so I don't forget it. Got it. Thank you, buddy. Hey, Jess, I'm bringing more subscribers to your channel. That's true. Josh is a new one, so I appreciate it. Next Imaginaut. Omnidog says, Omnidog, Casablanca is 100% film noir, and the 4K is supposedly amazing. That's what Kenny says. Still have yet to pick up the R2 R0 import with an additional extra disc, but that is supposedly the best version to date. I would like to own that, and I know you're dying to know what my top films are. Top films are, in no particular order, Casablanca, Annie Hall, West Side Story, the original, with Natalie Wood as Maria, Animal House, Caddyshack. That's 5. What else do I love? I love Citizen Kane. I love that. I also read in my Herman Miller Embody, LOL. Look at you guys dropping your fancy desk chairs. I don't owe her a statue. Maybe Very Fine Condition does. I think some savages among us read Omnis on their bare lap in bed. I have to read on my desk as if I'm studying something. Yes. Those are great chairs, but you could buy about 4 Secret Lab chairs for the same cost. Is it 4 times better? My Secret Labs is pretty comfortable. I'm ready to fall asleep. Okay, why are people talking to so much to Josh Greathouse in this? This is my show. Josh, cut it out. Daniel Cohen, for your information, the term for this is choice paralysis. That's great advice. Okay, good. I'm glad you could use it. Got mine in office closeout for a killer price when offices went remote for COVID. Well, that's cool. There's library if you're looking for a cheaper chair. Okay, now you're all talking to each other in the chat. So what in the world's going on? Jess, do you have favorite Electra design? I also love the new design from Chip Zdarsky, James. I haven't read it yet. Thanks to Super Laugh Hard, I can start the hardcovers, but I've seen the outfit. Any outfit she's in, I think, is cool because she's just so cool. Oh, and I'm all done here. Like, turn off. Hang on a sec. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Is the lectern podium for reading? There it is. The Brave and the Boys live with Omnidog. Cute, but Satan's agents. Yes. YP says, I started keeping track of my reading stats last year after I started watching your reading goals. Oh, good. I read 20 trades, 20 standards, 4 oversized, 23 omnis. That's what I'd like to read. Let's show the next omni I want to read, because I only pulled 2 omnis, but I pulled a lot of series. And of course, it has to be my gal. I finally got it in. Gwenpool with the boring non-omni cat spine, but at least it's an interesting for Marvel spine. So I got this. I definitely am reading this. for sure. Let me put the books that I'm going to read over here and make it really annoying. No, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm going to put them over here. Okay, Invincible. Yes. Okay, wait. Invincible is my favorite series of all time, Jess. Okay. Good. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. I did not know this was going to be a solo stream. I am not in a position to start the trivia game. Oh, for Stern, Polly P. Hey, Jess, good to see your face back on here. Thank you, Polly. Congrats on the move and looking forward to seeing the book setup evolve. Me too. Headed home from work. Okay. Bar and Josh still having a conversation. I think it's good before, but once you get past volume 3 of Invincible, I don't think you'll be able to put it down. I've been stopping at volume 3, as I've said, so that's good to hear. Man, I'm really tempted to start Invincible with that reprint of the HC Compendium. That's a pretty cool compendium that it's hardcover. Michael B, how's it going? It looks like the unpacking is coming along nicely. It is. Thank you, Michael. I don't know how I did it, but I misplaced my bike lock and I'm walking home from work in a Cleveland winter. What is up with that? I'm doing an IDW TMNT read through currently, just finished volume 2. That is a great series. I will tell you that once you finish volume 5 in that, you won't be able to stop reading TMNT. 1 through 4 are good. Once it gets to 5, it kicks into really high gear. Also, hi, Jess and everyone. Okay, Josh still talking to Bar. Jess, if I never read Daredevil, but only want a couple of Omnis, which would you recommend? This is what I told Jake. Jake had me on the other night so I could talk about, I'm primarily a DC reader, but I'm caught up, I'm mostly caught up on modern Marvel. I know enough modern Marvel to recommend stuff. I've read all of Brubaker through Daredevil. Daredevil's always been my favorite Marvel character. So you can choose a couple of things. You can start with Frank Miller, who completely revolutionized Daredevil. That's getting a reprint in the next month or so. You can go to comicreleases.com, who I just did a video, and I'm going to release it on Monday. You can check when that's going to come out. Frank Miller completely introduced Elektra, and Bullseye is amazing in it. Everything, it's really great. Or you can start with Bendis Daredevil, which is 2 volumes of Omnis. I don't know where they are in the out-of-print cycle. If they're out of print, I can guarantee they're coming back into print relatively soon. Once you're done with those 2, they lead right into the Brubaker Omnis, 2 of those. I believe that if they're out of print, they're also getting reprinted. Skip Shadowland. You can read the main event on Marvel Unlimited, but just skip it. I had no problem skipping it, and I went straight to Wade. I'm all caught up on Wade, so then I need to read Charles Soule and Ben Zdarsky. So Frank Miller and or Bendis. Once you start Bendis, though, you're going to want to read it all the way through to the end of Brubaker's run, because Brubaker continues the story and builds on it, and it's remarkable. It's Bendis at the height of his powers and Brubaker just being Brubaker. It's awesome. Chris, I decided to set my goal low so I know I will achieve it because I haven't been enjoying reading. Oh, I felt toward the end of last year I was reading to finish my goal, not for enjoyment. Well, set your goal at 0 then. Then you're, as soon as you read a book, you're ahead of the game. That's what I do. Daniel, OMG Jess, I read 1 through 3 Invincible 2 before the show came out and never got back to it. Let us know when you start and I will read along with you. That's a good idea, Daniel. I will do that. This is good. If you like noir with a horror flair, I recommend Moonshine. I also recommend Moonshine. I haven't finished it, but I love the 3 trades I've read. I think it goes up through 5 or 6. I've got them all. That is a what's his name? Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo book, and it's really good. Unstoppable Bar, and Josh still talking. I am one of those savages who reads on their bed. Well, if it works for you, and it seems to work for Hayden too, that's cool. Oh, here's News Spooey. He and I were just talking in the comment section of my channel. My goal for 2023 was to spend less and read more. Then I went to Ollie's over the last 30 hours. Right. Oh, by the way, I read from Craig. I read issue 1 of Gideon Falls online. I found it really interesting. So you do want me? Absolutely, Craig. You need to get the 2 oversized hardcovers. Yes. Yes. I am here to tell you need to buy them, Craig. And like the good friend you are, I know you'll do it. What is your favorite anthology series, Jess? Well, my favorite anthology that I've read from the big 2 was Superman Red and Blue. That had a very high, to me, high quality, high consistency range. The stories were at least very good to amazingly excellent, and Daniel Warren Johnson's story made me cry. There's actually 2 or 3 stories in that anthology that got me to choke up. That it is super well written. All of the people involved in that gave their best effort. I finally was able to order Descender Volume 1, Volume 2 Deluxe from IST. Good. Good night, Bar. Who's Josh going to talk to in the chat without you? We still haven't got Descender Deluxe Edition in the UK. Frowny face. Where, well, you will. Oh, Batwoman, easily. I mean, Gwenpool at least has this boss cover. It has, and this spine is actually at least in the same font with a picture of Gwenpool on it. It's not as cool as Kristen's idea, but no, Batwoman was just F-. That's an easy choice. Good night to the Unstoppable Bar. Okay. Mark T. After a brief talk of listening to ambient music while reading, Brian Eno, a few weeks back, may I recommend you set a goal of listening to the Nils Fromm. I have several of his albums, and he's okay, Mark. What I need to do, he's on my ambient list. This is what I need to do. I need to weed out my wife's stuff. We share a Spotify account, and she plays it for the old folks at the old folks home, and there's a bunch of country stuff in there. Peace and love to country folk, but that's not what I want on my Spotify list if I'm going to share it to like Mark. So what I will do, Mark, is I think I will weed it out and get it so that it's all the playlists of the stuff I've made, the playlists I've put together, and then the artists I listen to. And yeah, Nils Fromm is one of them. Great choice. Yes, Annie Hall. I love Annie Hall. How far behind am I? 8:28. Oh, I'm not too bad. I'm only 6 minutes behind. That's pretty good. I mean, we should not expect much from the spines, Jess. They can't even align matching Avengers symbol for the Hickman reprints. I mean, how hard could it be? They had one job. Really annoying. I heard about that. Yes, I heard about that from a few people. Started reading Day Tripper earlier today for the first time. Very excellent book. I've never heard from a person, and I'm sure they're out there, who didn't at least love that book. Herman Miller is a fancy-ass chair desk designer that it's all ergonomic, and it's super comfortable, super good for your back, and very expensive. So when people are dropping the name Herman Miller, they're like, we're better than you are. Have you ever been subject of a bait and switch from the Bezos store? I thought I was getting the Ultimates, but wound up with Ultimate Avengers Omnibus. If it wasn't out of print, I would have been angry. I don't think it was a purposeful bait and switch, but I feel like I've been sent the wrong book once. But I can't think. Maybe the chat can remember. There was one book, I feel like last year, the year before, that people kept ordering, and they got sent this other lame book. And lots of people, even the Minister of Comics, got taken in by it. It was a mislabeling in Amazon, but you'd order this one book and you'd get sent this completely other book, and it went on for months, it seems like. Does the chat remember what that book was? Oh, good. Nice. Oh, Josh, nice of you to be here. Thank you. Thankfully, I bought 1 through 7 of TMNT, so volume 5 is where it starts to get amazing. Then I'm in for a treat. Well, then you got to go get 8 through 12 too. Jess, have you seen Midnight in Paris? I have. I liked it a lot. I decided to start keeping a spreadsheet for what I'm reading in 2023. My first read of the year was Capra, Master Collection Volume 1. My last was the Trouble miniseries in hardcover yesterday. And we will talk about, instead of a spreadsheet, I just use Goodreads because I don't know how to use spreadsheets. I'm fortunate enough to be illiterate that way. Although I did figure out how to get my little Omnidog song in to start the beginning of the show and to end the show. I had to convert it into the proper format, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Look at this. I haven't read Runaways yet. What am I up to? It took me years to get these books, and I think the omnibus is already out of print. It got omnied, and it's already out of print. I got to read Runaways by Brian K. Vaughan. This is a top priority for me this year. Speaking of Brian K. Vaughan, I read Ex Machina in singles, and it feels like that was, when were these first published? Singles, it feels like 2010 or something. 2010. So that was 13 years ago that I read this book. I want to go back and revisit it this year. I remember loving it, and I want to read it again. So this is on the reading goals. And let me tell you one more. No, I'll tell you two more. Supergirl. I'm reading all of my Supergirl. All of it. There's a big, long thing of it over there. I'll show you. From that onwards is all Supergirl. This is all Supergirl. I've already read the Omnis, and I need to read all that Supergirl. I'm going to. And then I'm going to read all the Batgirl that I own too. That is on my goals reading list. Razor Roman. Should I broccoli to it? Okay. Like number 20. I'm sorry I didn't know you needed it, Dean. I'd have sold you mine. Yeah, I did. Just got my Green Lantern Omnibus Volume 1 by John's in the mail today. Going to be starting this ASAP. Good for you. Oh, that reminds me. If we have time, I'll go. I could just name it. I still haven't read JSA by Jeff Johns, the 3 thick Omnis. What? I read a bunch of them in singles, but I haven't read the Omnis. That changes this year. Mr. Tex, that Omni is excellent. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but those are my choices for where he should start. So it's just my preference. Hayden says, my only comic reading goal for this year is to get caught up monthly Harley. My other goals are to read more Stephen King, read more Agatha Christie, and to finally read the Game of Thrones books. Holy smoke, they're way thicker than the Justice League International. Good luck to you, Hayden. I do not know if I could do that. It's a Cleveland winter, but there isn't too much snow, and it's 35 degrees, so not too bad. If you don't have wind blowing off Lake Erie, so then it's okay. Okay, chat, talking to each other. News Spooey. To expand on Jess's insight, Frank Miller has 2 DD Omnis. First has Roger McKenzie co-writing in the Electra Bullseye saga. The companion has Born Again, Man Without Fear, and a Kingpin special. There you go. Good. Thank you. Petition for an Ann Nocenti Daredevil Omnibus, Chicken Before Egg. You will get it because I own all the epics for it. So since I bought those, you're almost guaranteed that. Got my first Star Wars Omni, Darth Vader. Should I put it under D for Darth or S for Star Wars? I personally put all my Star Wars books separately. Now they will be in the... Okay. Yeah, Star Wars is going to get its own section. It'll go hardcovers. I don't think I own any Omnis. I kept all the hardcovers, and then trades. So my advice is to put it under Star Wars. Oh, and Razor Ramen agrees. And books. Still waiting for IST to pull Descender 2 from Sunday. Oh, they'll do it. They'll get it for you. Oh, yeah. What ambient music do y'all listen to? I usually listen to a 10-hour vid of rain, crickets, and frogs. That doesn't sound bad at all. I don't... What is... Oh, no, that's not good. That's post-rock. Post-rock's good to listen to, but some people don't like it. I'll tell you. Right now, my favorite ambient artist is an artist named 36. Just go on to Spotify, type in 36, and listen for 24 hours to 36. He has, what do you call it? Things he does with other people. What do you call those? Things he cooperates, whatever, 36/somebody, and 36 by himself. Great. That's my top ambient music recommendation is 36. Is this true? But okay, good. I'll try that. Good question, Daniel. How's the doggy doing with the move? Hopefully just as sweet as always. Thank you. That's very nice of you. She's getting more and more comfortable. I think she's taken to it as her new home. She has nesting spots in the main floor, and then up in 2 nesting spots in our bedroom, one in the guest bedroom, one in our bedroom. And she is now learning, because we don't have the big backyard we used to, where we used to just be able to let her out and she just wandered around and did her thing. We have a tiny little thing because it's a townhouse, and that's exactly what my wife wanted. But she has to come down the stairs for it. Short story long, we've trained her to come downstairs and go out this way to use the outdoors. She's doing great. I think it was Scarlet Witch by Robinson and Sword. I don't know what we're talking about. I must have moved it. I must have missed it. Scarlet Witch by Robinson and Sword. Where was... Oh, wait, what? Just the book you were talking about was Scarlet Witch by James... Wait, what? When was I talking about that? The book you were talking about was Scarlet Witch by James Robinson, the complete collection. When you order it, you got... Oh, that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now I know. Yes. That's right. You'd ordered James Robinson's Scarlet Witch on Amazon. I think this was like 2 years ago. Good memories, N-Man 40 and James Abel. And when you got it, it was an X-Men Sword, No Time to Breathe complete collection. This went on for months. I mean months, where people would try and get Scarlet Witch and get sent a completely different book. Thank you, guys. Now I know what you're talking about. I appreciate it. Oh, Sunset Boulevard. What a brilliant movie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest would have to be in my top movie list. Nice. Hey, just been reading. Oh, you decided to talk to me, Josh? Okay. Let me see. Hey, just been reading Madman digitally first volume. How many of the big volumes are there? It went from 6 to 5 to now 6. I don't know. 3 have come out, and I believe that there will be 6. That's the current announcement from Allred. I don't know why it went from 6 to 5 and then now back to 6. If you like what you've read digitally, then I don't know how, if those are subject to being out of print. It's a little bit of a niche book, but if you like it, I mean, that's one of my favorite comics, so I would definitely go for those big volumes. Here's my friend from Mexico, Marcelo. How are you doing? Omnidog, speaking of anthologies, for anyone interested, the Jodorowsky Library Volume 1 hardset just went out of print, but is still available on IST. Is that the library that... Okay, wait. I just did what's happening in February with Webhead, the Jodorowsky Library featuring the White Llama and the Magical Twins. Okay, so that's, and I think that's book 5. That's a lot of volumes. Okay, if that's the kind of anthology you meant, instead of what I said, Superman Red and Blue. Well, you can't do better than Jodorowsky, so I give it to Next Imagine on that one. How does Goodreads work? I'm not familiar. Super easy. You download the Goodreads. Actually, I have a video in my library on how to use the comic reading order apps. But I'll show you anyway. You can go to my video, which is 2 or 3 years old. Maybe I made it in 2020. You get the app, and you just add in scan for books, scan book covers. So if you have a physical book, you can either scan it with your camera and it logs it in, or the ISBN number, and it goes into want to read, reading, or read, and then you get to rate it. I wish it was more than 5 stars, because there's a lot of books that are like 3.5, 4.5, 3.8. I can't just give every book 4 stars, but Goodreads is really good to keep track of what you want to keep track of what you've read. So it's an app, and the symbol looks like this. This is what I have. I don't know why I have 2 book buddies. I don't even know why I have Book Buddy, because I barely use it to keep track of my collection. I grabbed the Ex Machina Omnibus last year from Buy 2 Get 1 Amazon sale. That one managed to arrive intact. Nice. Jake says, I forgot to ask you on my show, how does one set up and pay to get a theme song done for them? I will tell you afterwards. No, it's Redcoat Turncoat. My friend Nate, he did mine free because it was at the beginning of COVID and he had nothing better to do. So he put together a minute-long, complete stop motion thing for me that you can see on my channel. I can't actually play the whole minute because I get demonetized because he's included it on an album. So he cut me a 20-second version of it that I use as my introduction. I can hook you up. It's not free. He also did the Omnicat song and the Minister of Comics song for me. Those cost me money, but it's not, a lot. And then, of course, everybody else copied me. Bunch of jerks. Okay. Hey, here's the Collector. Yes. And I answered that. Good. My reading goal is to reread some classics haven't read in years. Okay. Talking to each other. If you get stuck on the Thrones book, if I get stuck on the Thrones book, I'll just read the comic adaptations of them. Sounds better. Jess, when did you move from floppies to collected editions? That would be in 2014. I made the move. And in 2000, 2015, 2016. I feel like 2015 is when Third Eye Comics came to my house and took away 45 long boxes and short boxes of comics. And that was it. They were gone. And so that's, I would say 2014 is when I fully committed to collected editions. Also, did you bring your whole collection with you when you moved to the Taco Bell job? Yeah, my whole collection. I had it in storage in California in 86. And then when I decided to stay in 87, I did have it shipped out with a bunch of other stuff. Good question. So up, talking to each other in the chat. I got all 3 Deadly Class and 4 Umbrella Academies hardcovers for cheap and can't wait to start reading them. And number 4 of Deadly Class comes out this year. Nice. Collaborations. That sounds right. Yeah, collaborations. Thank you. 36 does collaborations with other artists. I block on the strangest words. Okay. Cycle shouting his love for Copra. Collaborations. Okay. YP just was telling everyone last week he was actually a shift manager. That is not what it was. I had to serve at Taco Bell for a month to learn the business so I could become a partner in the business. Collabs. Yeah. I found videos of large fans to listen to while I read. Or you could Cycle Cleveland, I think. What is with me? Hang on. Cycle Cleveland listens to brown noise, I think. Yes, it's called Spotify Duo. Ooh, I may check that out. Omnidog, congratulations on the new dog. This is my first time hearing of her. Oh, we've actually had her since 2016. Her name is Holly. She's a rescue. She was had a lot of sharp edges when she came into the house, and we've managed to love off all of the sharp edges. She was found in a bad situation. There were 45 other dogs in a hot barn in Virginia somewhere in cages, deprived of food and water. So she has food aggression. She was the last one that got adopted. She got adopted a couple times before that, and it didn't work out. A foster family took her in and helped train her a little bit. And then we got her. And of course, the first morning that I tried to take care of her, she bit me. But somehow she has just become a complete little love bug. But if you drop a piece of food on the ground, no matter what it is, back away, because her feral instincts take over. And I can't tell you how many times my wife and I have been bitten accidentally trying to pick that piece of food up when she's near, and forget it. That's the only thing she's still got in her, is that food aggression. And that's never going to leave. That's a deprived dog instinct. But it'll be 7 years in 2 months. In 2 months, it'll be 7 years that we've had her. She's a mix of Cocker Spaniel and some random dog. Right. Like me. Old dog, new house. I'll take post-rock over ambient every time. We'll all make 2 playlists. Hopefully for you and Kristen, Bezos doesn't pull the plug on Goodreads. Does he own Goodreads? No. Because they totally effed up Comixology. That's awful. Yeah, I do too, Chris Brogan. It would be cool if they had half stars or went to 10 stars. And here's Redcoat Turncoat's website. Redcoat Turncoat are a superstitious and cowardly lot. That is a collection of all the themes that Redcoat Turncoat has done, including mine and everybody that copied me. Thank you, James. I agree with that. we should start a petition to switch the lifespan of turtles with the lifespan of dogs. Why does a turtle need to live for like 100 years? No one needs that. A dog living that long, however, agree. You want all those dogs to go through the heartbreak of losing their owner? That's funny. Did you cry when they took your long boxes away? No, because they cut me a fat check and I was way happy. Here's Ryan. Hey, buddy. Here's Aku. So I'm late to the show. What's on your list to read this year? Well, I'm not going to go back over them, but I'll show you something new. I want to, and I need to start Dan Slott's Spider-Man. Yes, I know there might be something before this, Brand New Day or whatever, but this is the book I picked. I want to read as much as I can of Dan Slott's Spider-Man. I certainly have enough of it, so I want to read as much as possible of Dan Slott's Spider-Man. And now this is probably going to make Cleveland Cycle Cleveland flip out when he sees that I haven't read this book yet. I've only read book one twice or three times, and I haven't read the whole series, and it's considered a classic, and I've owned it for like 8 years or something. Scalped. How have I not read this? I have to read this. Yes, go ahead and flip out on me. Scalped. Jason Aaron. I think this is where Jason Aaron got famous. Yeah, I need to read this. I'm aware of my shortcomings. You don't need to go. Okay, go ahead and point them out in the chat. That's fine. Just recently ordered Dead Glass Volume 1. That's the other item with the Descender Volume 2, except that one already got pulled. I just got Descender Volume 1 in the mail today. You'll get it. You'll get it. Oh, Hellions. What a great book. Jess, never heard the story of how you became the mighty Omnidog and the Omnidog mask. Okay, well, let me see how many I'll try and keep it short. How many comments? Oh, I don't have that many. Wait, I think Cycle. Oh no, Daniel Cohen's yelling at me. Scalped is incredible. The most intense series I've ever read. Oh, all right, Jake. Good to see you. Okay, wait. Where were we? Deadly Class. Okay. I'll try and keep this short. My avatar is my first dog, Archie. He was a cockapoo. And I just always used that as my avatar on all social media. I was a member of the Omnibus Collectors Group when it first started back in 2015, and I always had the dog picture. I got sort of well known in that group for my willingness to go out and find out of print books for people and sell them to them for what I paid for them, cover price. That's what the group was formed for. And I think I got the name Omnidog after the Great Northwest Omnidog field trip, where I flew out to visit my sister. Well, wait, first I started out in Carmel and stayed in Carmel. That's where I grew up. Stayed there for a little bit. And I went from every comic shop possible up through my sister, who lived just over the border in Oregon. I hit Sacramento. I hit a ton of great stores in Sacramento. I hit a bunch of stores. Then I went to Portland and visited Redcoat Turncoat's Nate. We went to 8 comic stores in a day, and I was just pulling books left and right and showing them in the group saying, who wants these out of print books? And I'd take orders from my sister's place in Oregon. I took 25 boxes of out of print books and took orders, got money in, etc., and sent them out from Oregon. So after that, I think they started calling me Omnidog because my avatar is always the little Archie. And then I started a channel in 2017, and Lewis McGregor sent me the image for me to cut out a mask so I could be Omnidog. And there it is. I don't know the mindset. They ended up getting sent to jail. They called themselves a rescue organization, but they were hoarders of dogs. It was a hot barn that they were all caged in. It was just awful conditions. And no wonder the dogs were practically feral when they got out of there. It was terrible. And I'm glad we have Holly. And she's definitely her mother's dog. My wife's dog. She loves my dog loved me, Archie, and Holly loves my wife the most. Oh, that's not good news. How are they going to screw that up? There's nothing wrong with it. As far as ambient music goes, I think it's easier to read to, but I also read to like Mogwai, Boards of Canada, Explosions in the Sky, 65 Days of Static, like that. But I think ambient's probably easier for people to read to. Those are my two favorite kinds of music right now, post-rock and ambient. Amazon also owns IMDb, Twitch, and Zappos. Wow. Hey, Jess, what t-shirt do you have on? Well, I know you aren't the t-shirt guy, so I'll show you. It is the Harley and Ivy shirt. Harley Quinn from the TV show, the animated show. Hey, Oxmeat, does Redcoat Turncoat? Oh yeah, they're Nate's the one that animated the scary spider for Tyler's. That's actually my video. I paid him for it, and he animated it. Yeah, I own that video. He stop motioned it for me. I hope the For Carnation is going on that post-rock playlist. I don't think Aku is the t-shirt guy. I'm reading anything outside of capes and tights, ambient and rock are a good mix. When it's superheroes, I tend to listen to corresponding movie scores available. I have a lot of movie soundtracks. I can't have lyrics in there if I'm reading. Some people can, I can't. Scalped is incredible. Silver Red, Why the Last Man? What's wrong with me? It's okay. I haven't read Scalped yet either. Let's go. Here's another series I need to read. I need to read death metal. And along with reading death metal, before I read death metal, I got to finish Justice League by Scott Snyder, Volume 3, which then leads into death metal. And then I can finally start reading everything that came after it and be all caught up. I need to make a video about death metal, and I'll probably need to make a video with it about Justice League, because it all feeds into each other, and then go from there. So I need to read death metal. Am I missing anything? I just have 3 books. Please don't tell me I'm missing anything. No, we covered that. Invincible was one of the first things I admitted that I had not read yet and that I wanted to read. My reading goal is to read more sci-fi and fantasy graphic novels. Any recommendations? Yeah, go to my library where I have science fiction and fantasy videos made. Go into my library. I'm sure James will be able to hook you up with James, have you already hooked him up with the proper videos from my library? I think I did science fiction. I know I did fantasy. So definitely check out the videos in my library that James is about to give you the link for fantasy graphic novels. My cousin and his wife adopted a rescue dog a few years back, has a fear complex. It gets along great with kids and would always bark at the adults, but is starting to get better with things. Yarda, as she's gotten older, she barks a lot. Oh, reading slot Spidey is a good reading goal. I might steal that one. You don't have to steal it. I'm giving it to you. No, I paid the money for it, so I own it. Hey, Jess, how did you meet the least best channel, Very Fine Mint? I'll tell you, he was in the Omnibus Collectors group, and he had a set of Man of Steel for cover price from John Byrne. And I think number 4 was super hard to find, but I didn't have any of them. So he had them for sale. I PM'd him and I said, I'd like to buy him for, I think the price he had was $120, which was fair for the $5. And I said, I'll pay $120. He came back at me and said, no, you never pay what the person asks. Always haggle. I didn't even know him. He's already lecturing me on haggling. And so we became friends after that. And then he came on to Omni Bros and became even better friends than that. Then he came and visited me the first time for Baltimore, and he left, and we were friends with that. Then he visited me the second time and he left, and we were hardly ever friends after that. Just do your newer viewers know the story behind the root beer bath? Well, my channel used to be called Root Beer Reviews because I'd always drink a root beer float or a root beer while I was reading or presenting the book. And if it was a really lousy book that I hated, I dump root beer on it. The last book that I root beered, what was the name of that? That was that awful book that Kristen and I hated. It was User by Devin Grayson. That was a horrible book. I had stopped root beering because I thought the point has been made. I have a channel now. I don't need to act that way. But for User, when we brought it back out and read it, I said, here comes the Diet A&W. Get rid of this book. No, Cycle, they've made Comixology really hard to use and really hard to find. You don't own your own books anymore on there. Like they used to give you DRM free books. And they just fired like 90% of their staff. I don't even know if Comixology is going to be around for much longer. Hey, Jess, when is the Momnibus coming out again? The one with you-know-who's mom in it. I need to get a good troll going for him. I think I might have an Instagram war with him about the Momnibus. That's hilarious. Goodreads probably barely has any overhead. After the initial setup, there's probably not much left to do. That's true. Hey, welcome to the chat, Burnt Dice. That's terrible about the pups. Glad she has a good home. Thank you. Found my cat on the street. Oh, I'm glad you gave her a good home, Josh. Darkwave. Did you see the lineup of Cruel World Fest? I have not. Oh, Susie is headlining. I want to go, but omnibuses are taking my money, I think. That was one of my first dates with my wife. Maybe during the first 6 or 7 dates with my wife, I took her to a Susie and the Banshees concert. She stuck out like a sore thumb. There were all these goth girls, and she was in her like little prep sweater and her perm from the 80s and went into the bathroom and came out and said, I don't know if I fit in here. And I said, well, don't worry. Just try and enjoy the music. And she was a good sport, and she enjoyed Susie and Banshees. I also took her to see the Mighty Lemon Drops and what was Bork's band's name from Iceland? The Sugar Cubes. And I think I took her to one other concert, and that was it. She said, I think we have different musical tastes, but she was willing to go along with it. But Susie's great. I wonder who she's got backing her now. Scott is great, but it's not like if you haven't read Stray Bullets, that'd be crazy because it's easily the greatest modern crime comic by a wide margin. You'll have so much fun with death metal. Thank you. Yes, you do love Archie by proxy now. I appreciate that. Friendly PSA. If anyone in the chat hasn't watched the Harley show that Jess's shirt is for, HBO Max uploaded episode 1 to YouTube for free, so go watch it. I will also tell you that even though HBO Max cut in half their DC animated and Looney Tunes shows, For me, it's still worth having HBO Max because all Harley all the time. Although, maybe I just need to get the DVDs. But then I wouldn't be able to watch this anniversary show. I urge everyone, check out Harley and Ivy, the Harley Quinn show. It's the most amazing thing I've watched on television. It's great. I asked the question twice before and forgot, but is it okay, the New 52 by itself with no lead-in? But is it okay to read the New 52 by itself with no lead-in? The whole idea was that was a big reboot, and I think you might want to read the core Flashpoint stories because Flashpoint is what rebooted it, but New 52 is after the reboot, and it's just sort of a fresh beginning for a lot of the characters. I don't think you need anything. Flashpoint's just like for background information. So yeah, you can dive right into New 52. I should do a video on how to read New 52, although I feel like I did one, but that's the first thing you should read. Yeah, I should tell people like the first things they should read in New 52 because there's still a lot of good comics, a lot of crappy comics, but a lot of good comics. Here it is. Thank you, James. Jess's favorite fantasy comics and graphic novels, episode 1. James, you're the man. Thank you. Absolute Death Metal coming in June. I know not everyone loves his Wilder DC stuff, but I'm totally down with most everything Scott Snyder does. I'm in his comic writing class right now. Wow, that's cool. Hey, I'm a Scott Snyder fanboy. I love the guy. So yeah, I dig death metal and I'm cool. Look at who the authors are in this. Scott Snyder, Jeff Johns, James Tiny Onion IV, Peter Tomasi, Josh Williamson, Mark Waid, Gail Simone. Yeah, man. Come on. That's for dark metal. Death metal. Sorry. Jess's favorite fantasy comics, graphic novels, episode 2. Thank you, buddy. So that you're all set with your fantasy. I may not have done science fiction yet, but for fantasy, you're set with this. These were my favorites, and I got a ton of good favorites. I'm unboxing my pulp-themed haul inspired by your video from a few months ago. The Rocketeer slipcase is gorgeous. Good, Marcelo. I think you're really going to enjoy the Rocketeer. I did a pulp sort of noir highlight video. James can. Oh, whoop. Here's my favorite science fiction graphic novels. Thank you, James. Holy smoke, you're doing it all. Okay, going back to this, I also had a pulp noir, my favorite pulpy comic books. So, James, can you find that for me, please? That Rocketeer slipcase is awesome. I didn't know it was out of print, so I'm glad it's back in print. It really is gorgeous. I'm glad that I could help you, Marcelo. Okay, here's science fiction. Great, thank you. I feel good about Max Richter. I own a number of his albums. New Spooey, just what got you into reading comics? Do you remember your first comic or the first issue that made a lasting impact on you? Yes. I think I've shown it before. I feel like I still have my first comic. It was a Batman comic. It's in a box now. I'll put it back on the spinner rack. But Batman and Superman, maybe when I was 6 or 7, they were the ones that caught my attention. And then I started reading Flash and Green Lantern and stuff like that. And I just became a DC guy. In my teen years, I experimented like so many teens do, man. And I read a lot of Amazing Spider-Man and Captain America and Falcon. So those are my 2 favorites from that time period. I just loved reading, and comic books were a fun way to read. So that's what got me into it. Burdell, Happy New Year. Peace and love, dude. One goal is to catch up on Something is Killing the Children. That is a great slipcase. Oh, and that leads me to say that I can't wait to get the Department of Truth hardcover, oversized hardcover. I only drew to CG root beer. I haven't heard of CG, although I do have 30 bottles of different root beers in the storage closet that my daughter and I are going to do root beer tastings on. I've tasted an awful lot, but I haven't heard CG. I use either Diet Coke or Barks because those are both Diet Coke. Diet A&W or Barks to pour over books because those are the worst root beers. I love Comixology to find old issues and trying new books. Don't do Instagram War with Omar. He doesn't do his own social media anymore. Oh, I'll have to find a way to harass him somewhere else. Thank you for letting me know that. John, may need to go back and buy reread Zdarsky's Daredevil. Had it on Comixology. That's what I've heard too, Razor, that Velma goes for edgy like Harley, but fails miserably. And I'm sorry about that because I really like Mindy Kaling. I really wanted to like it, but so many people have said it's so bad, I don't even want to try it. Check to see if your local library has DC animated movies. I'm in San Diego area and they have Batman animated. Whoa, on Blu-ray. That's cool. That's a good idea, Burdell. I read New 52 back in the day in singles without reading Flashpoint. Didn't have any issue. Good. I agree with that. User is not that bad. The art is good. Dude or woman or whatever you are. User is horrible. It has underage child rape in it that the father and older sister do nothing about. The rapist brings donuts to the house. While the donuts are eaten by the father and daughter, the guy goes in and rapes the younger daughter regularly. This is not a good comic. This is a comic that should have never been written. It's awful. If you want to look at it for the art, that's fine. But User, F that book, F that writer, F everything about it. I hate everything about it. Later, Mark. Thanks for tuning in. Here it is. Favorite pulp adventure comics. James, you're awesome. Thank you very much. Mark Schultz is included in my favorite pulp adventure comics. So, yeah, I love Mark Schultz. Has anyone read Dream of a Bat? Oh, my God, I didn't know what I was exactly getting into. Dream of a Bat. What is that? I don't know it. Yes, he really is too good. Yes, Josh Simmons' bootleg Batman comics are so fun. I don't know these. Wow. I will tell you, Scott Snyder has a heavy red pen. His class includes sending in writing assignments, and he takes the time to read them. Turned in my first one recently, and he was nice, but tore into it. Whoa. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, okay. So you're saying I should use CG root beer. Okay. That has been recommended to me before. That's probably a better idea because when I root beered Batman Damned, some former fans of mine that have a Bat podcast got really furious at me, stopped following me, and I decided maybe this isn't the best way to go about it. So I made peace with them, but they still don't follow me anymore. CG. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Are you going to get Beta Ray Bill Diamond Select action figure? I'm a little tight on space for statues and action figures now, so I kind of doubt it. As much as I love Beta Ray Bill, I have the Marvel Legend figure, and I'm probably going to stick with it. Oh, Department of Truth slipcase. I have the Somebody's Killed the Children one and have been on the series from issue 1. Nice. I haven't read any of Department of Truth because I wanted to wait for the hardcover. And oh my gosh, I'm caught up. Okay. Multiverse Who Laughs, Justice League. Oh, whoa. I also want to do a reading order read through. I need to continue my Judge Dredd series. And I'm going to do the books I read that are sort of in the middle. I've already read them, so I need to do that video. But then I need to do the Judge Anderson review and how to read Judge Anderson. So I need to read all my Judge Anderson. I have a lot. I love Judge Anderson. She's my favorite character in all of Judge Dredd. So this is going to be a sheer joy to read. I have, what is it, 5 volumes, 6 volumes? I do have number 2, and that's the hardest one to find. So I need to do Judge Anderson for this year. I already promised Kristen that the first thing I would read would be Young Avengers. And of course, that won't be the first thing I read, but I am going to read Young Avengers because it's a super easy omnibus to read because it's so skinny. And the last book, I actually didn't mean to pick this, but I heard it was great from the Minister of Comics. So yeah, I'll read it. Is Conan by Jason Aaron. The Minister of Comics said he really dug this book. He has good recommendations. So I'll read that. Well, James, if you could pull How to Read Judge Dredd, it was an introduction into how to get into it. Thank you, James. Oh, there it is already. Judge Dredd Part 1, How to Get Started. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. And then so Part 2 will be kind of the middle volumes, the meat of it. And then I still have to read the latter books, but I want to read Judge Anderson first. Off topic, sorry, going to Vegas for my mini honeymoon. Besides casinos, do you have any recommendations? Yeah, I don't gamble and I don't drink. So Vegas, not that fun of a place for me. And if you're going on your honeymoon, you don't want to do what I want to do, and that's go to strip clubs. So those are out. So the 2 recommendations I have is the Kiss mini golf course, which is supposed to be amazing, which I didn't do, but I want to do. Go to the Kiss mini golf course and then go to the neon sign graveyard where all of old Las Vegas's signs are artfully set in a kind of dump situation, but it's clean and you can tour it and see all the boss old Las Vegas signs from back in the 40s or 50s or whenever. So that's what I would recommend. No, I haven't found it yet. Thanks for reminding me. I'll look. I don't disagree with this at all. Kay says, Jess, I would like your opinion. I'm pretty new into reading comics. I just finished Watchmen. Is Doomsday Clock worth reading? Well, James, can you find the Minister of Comics video of Minister of Comics and I talked about Doomsday Clock? Watch the video and you will be able to decide for yourself. It was kind of interesting, but I also felt it was also sort of superfluous, well written and well drawn, but I don't feel the need to. I mean, Watchmen stands on its own. even though I got the Before Watchmen books and I really like some of those stories, I don't know. James will pull up the video for you, Kay, and you can click on it and see what we think about it, and then you can make your decision. As soon as I heard the show had Velma pole dance in front of her dad, I knew it was definitely not worth checking out. Ugh. Good question, Rising Phoenix. Are you reading Squirrel Girl? I don't see it on your desk, LOL. For some reason, I had a moment of weakness at the very end of my last Omnicat with Kristen video. And I just, as much as I didn't like the first hardcover, I agreed to get the Omni and read it with her and do a video on her channel. I don't know what it is about Kristen. She gets me to agree to crazy things. I'm not even married to her. I don't know what's going on, but I agree. For me to agree to read Unbeatable Squirrel Girl with her, that woman has some kind of womanly woman magic over me because I agreed to buy it and read it. And I really don't want to, but I said I would do it. Just have seen a lot of your statues and I hear you talk about figures. Have you dived into any 1/6 scale figures? I just ordered third-party Tyler Hoechlin Superman. Oh, 1/6 scale figure. 1/6. 1/12. 1/6. 1/6 is big. I'm done with 1/6. I'm actually done with pretty much everything. I just don't have the room to display things. I've got Rogue and Red Sonja sideshow statues set up, and Thor, and then I've got a Harley sideshow statue, Jane Foster Thor, and then I've got a really cool Harley sideshow. I think I'm going to have to sell my other sideshows because I really just don't have the room. And peace and love, I only buy statues, and I only buy statues of women. No men. No, peace and love, no men. But Young Avengers Omni is so much fun. Did you get the other Omni from last year? I believe well, they're covered up, but I have the 2 hardcovers that are signed by the artist, Children's Crusade and the book before or after Children's Crusade, whatever it is. I just kept the oversized hardcovers because they were signed by the artist, Jim Chung, I think. I have the Dream of the Bat hardcover and read most of it. It's great stuff. Where do I get this book? Hell yeah, it is. Come on, Jess. Wait, what are we talking about? My wife would be down with strip clubs for real. Oh, go. Vegas is where they all migrate to. Yeah, go there. 100%. Well, now forget everything else. Take her there. Whoa, what a wife. Okay, here's Baturdays in the BatCave Doomsday Clock. James doing an amazing job. So here you can go and find out. We discussed Doomsday Clock and what we thought of it. If you're hiking, Red Rock is nice. Omega Mart is an interesting experience. Container Park is cool at night and is also right next to Fremont Street. What's Container Park? I assume this is Las Vegas. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the ballet, so that's what strip clubs are. Yeah, although they're kind of a hard environment because there's so much alcohol, and I don't blame them. It's my problem, not theirs. But to go into one, I usually end up smoking the whole time because they have free cigarettes in the men's room because there's just way too much alcohol there. Razor, who are your picks to? Ooh, boy, this is tough. Those are 4 really well-balanced, really good teams. I wouldn't be surprised, although I did pick Cincinnati last week over Buffalo. I wouldn't be surprised to see either of these teams go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. Philly has Jalen Hurts. whoever thought Brock Purdy was going to be the best quarterback since Joe Montana for the 49ers? I'm going to say, while the 49ers okay, this is a pick. 49ers defense is awesome. I don't think Jalen Hurts can be stopped. It's possible the 49ers will stop him, but I'm going to pick Philly. Then on the other side of the ball, we have Cincy and Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, not 100%. He needs to be super mobile to be super efficient. High ankle sprain, I'm not buying it that he's over that. Cincinnati will win that game. I was just caught up and I'm 6 minutes behind. Doomsday Clock is probably the best artwork from Gary Frank. No question. In order to enjoy Doomsday, you need to see it as a DC Superman story and not as a Watchmen sequel. That's a good point. Death Rattle, come on. No, I'm not giving Berserk another chance. Do you see how many books? You don't see how many books, but I got 1,500, 2,000 books that I got to read. I am just absolutely not going back. Peace and love. I'm glad you enjoy it. I urge you to keep enjoying it. I'm not giving manga another chance. Do not need it. No. That art in Conan is spectacular. Just you have a ton of ceiling not using. Attach the statue up there. That sounds like a terrible idea. Well, yeah, all my Hot Toys, although I did just get, and I haven't unboxed her yet, I got the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn Hot Toy because I had like $170 worth of Sideshow credit and it only cost me $50. So, yeah, Hot Toys are pretty much all men. Yeah, they're all Spidey is what they are because I think Spidey's the coolest. But I got to break out that Hot Toys Harley Quinn. Which company is producing the best quality collections in your opinion? Best paper? I think Dark Horse. For the money you pay, you get thick paper, excellent binding, large-sized books. Maybe they even come with a ribbon. But Dark Horse has consistently been putting out great books. Have you had to push a reading goal back due to a book being out of print or too expensive at the time? No, I usually would have a reading goal of only books I own. So I wouldn't start with like the 3 Captain America by Brubaker books if I couldn't have the other 2. I'd wait until I could have all 5 to actually get it done. That's a good question, though, because books are going out of print and getting reprinted all over the place. So, excuse me. No, I haven't had to do that. And no, it is not Fantagraphics because Fantagraphics made me pay $100 for Peter Bag's Hate collection that was supposedly assigned by the author, had assigned by the author special card book plate, and it was a piece of Holiday Inn note paper that just got tossed in with P-Bag written on it. So F Fantagraphics. Dream of the Bat is published by Mansion Press, but Floating World Comics distributes it in the U.S. The Silver Sprocket Store and Domino's Books carries it too. I will screenshot this so I remember. Thank you, Rick Ray. I had to do that. I had to do to not getting Trial of Captain at the same time as Return of the Winter Soldier. Right. I would wait. Even if you have the first 3, and Trial's getting reprinted this week, not this week, but it's been announced as being, I think Omar, we just did it in the solicits on Thursday. So sometime this summer it's getting reprinted, and then you got to wait for Return of the Winter Soldier. Please wait, because it is a fantastic series. I read all 5 books over the course of a weekend and loved every minute of it. Thinking we should have the first annual Omnidog Omnis convention in Vegas. The only issue is I don't. Well, I mean, I could go to strip clubs, and if you want to bring drugs for me, okay, but I can't drink, and I don't gamble. But I'll go if there's some kind of get together. 2 or more people, I'll go. Just emailed my LCS for Department of Truth hardcover. Thanks for the heads up. Right on. Eagles versus Bengals. I could easily see it. Just as I could see 49ers versus Kansas City. If James could pull up the link to the Omar Lane Wayne video, I'd be impressed. I don't think that's on my channel, though. I think that's on Omnibros, where he also, on Omnibros, calls him Rorschach instead of Rorschach. It's fine with me if you want to go to Omnibros and pull those up, James. That Harley shelf is looking great. Yeah, there it is. Here's the Omnis, and then Gotham City Sirens, and then we have on and on through here. But, Hayden, I am going to be keeping the Rebirth books with the Rebirth hardcovers. I know that's controversial, but I love the way the Rebirth oversized hardcovers look. Suicide Squad normally would get put here with Harley. Those are also going into the oversized hardcover section. I know that's controversial. I appreciate your patience. Right, Rorschach. Oh, here's Noir Wolf. Hi, all. Glad to be catching at least some of the Battery stream live. Good to see you. 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and just saying no to manga. Peace and love. Please enjoy your manga. It is just not for me. Did I don't know what this is in reference to. I'm sure it's something I said, but I don't remember. But I cleared out all the boxes, and now Galactus is ready to come out of the closet. Maybe that's what he's going to announce when Galactus comes out of the closet this week for my first toy show, right? Tune in. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Possibly Tuesday afternoon, because that's when my wife's out of the house. So it might be Tuesday afternoon that I have my first toy show. Yes, she's in the gold jumpsuit, and she has the bodega sandwich, the egg and bacon sandwich in it. I gotta find that. Yeah, that's a tough one, James. That's in Omnibros, and it's not labeled like Omar says Rorschach, Omar says Lane Wayne. It's some of the it's going to be too hard probably to figure out. Oh, here's a question for the chat, because I don't know. How many hardcovers for Berserk will there be? I love the Dark Souls series of games, so I think I need to read Berserk. Clearly agree on Dark Horse, producing the most quality books for the price. I was blown away by my Witcher library editions of the size and quality of a DC Absolute at a fraction of the cost. That is a very good point. They don't cost as much. Dark Horse. Wait, Mr. Tech saw what? What did you last say? Okay. You saw that it got resolicited. Agreed. Dark Horse does give you a lot for the money. I had to read Trial of Captain Digital since it was the only Omni I was missing. Well, it's getting reprinted this year, and Return of the Winter Soldier, I don't know, the end of the year, maybe, hopefully. These things go in and out of print so fast, but then they do a good job of reprinting. I am so down for an Omnidog meetup in Vegas. Jess, I don't gamble and keep drinks away. Also, Bar would fly in for that. That would be great if we could get Bar to come to an Omnidog convention. Jess, how does that LED strip work? It plugs in. It's got sticky stuff on the back. And it plugs into an outlet that's down there. And you can change colors on it. This is the one that shows up the best. I got it at Costco. If you're really interested in the brand, email me at this, and I'll give you the brand name. Maybe you can still order it from Costco. This is a good time for me to remind you, organic price books, $2 off code Omnidog. Save big money, 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Omnidog, ship it together. Yoink. Ronnie the limo driver is the strip club expert. He lives in Las Vegas now. What's your favorite Harley cover you own? Would you like to see the new Harley covers I got? Sure you would. Just a sec. Barbaric Volume 2. And I'm about to get the hiccups, I think. Yep. Barbaric Volume 2 was out of print everywhere, so I had to order it from Midtown Comics. To make it worth my while, I picked out Harley covers that I wanted to display in my I wanted to display on the comic rack. So let me prepare these because they put them in backwards sometimes. This is the Terry Dodson. Sorry, YP, let me take this off. This is the Terry Dodson 30th anniversary one. Cool. Be careful. There we go. This is Harley Quinn 22 by Stepan Shajic. And here's the one I'm really happy about. This is so cool. This is Harley Quinn by Jenny Frison. Harley Quinn 26. Bar was good. Bar, if you're looking at this afterwards, I know you're totally jealous of this cover. And then I think I got the Bruce Timm 30th anniversary. I already got the Adam Hughes one. I think this is, yeah. Look at, classic. That's a classic. So, yeah, I'll probably present those again on Omnibros Monday night as part of my haul. Cycle's reaction to Lane Wayne is amazing. That's fair. Those Rebirth Deluxes, good. I appreciate your agreeing. Galacta. Is that serious? Does he? Good for Galactus. I always had my suspicions. Oh, yeah. The Lane Wayne Omnibros moment was epic when Cycle just lit into him. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. He comes out of the closet. I'm going to call it that. Jess, you could get like a plate holder stand for that Harley CGC and display it facing out on the Harley shelf. Now, here's the issue. I do have a plate holder, but it doesn't... Wait, let's see. I don't think it does it justice. Let me move these delicately because they're pieces to a statue that I haven't put together yet. And this is the worst place for them. Okay, here's the book. Here is the plate holder. Plate holder. Watch, it'll work perfectly probably. Yeah, see, I don't know. Does that look good? Well, my head's in the way. I feel like I need a different stand for it. Although that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? It is on a plate holder, but it leans way back. Although I guess it looks good from there. From the side view, see, it's way tilted. I wanted something a little more forward facing. They have these plastic picture holders, book holders that I think would look better. But I'll leave it there for now. I was so disappointed with Fantagraphics by not including the color Sundays in their Peanuts collections. They left them black and white. What? Then down the line, they released color Sunday collections. Just the fact that they threw in a blow card for my $100 purchase is enough. I was jealous of Bombshell's beauties. I just ordered Gwen Stacy half scale bust. Can't wait to display next to the 2 Omnis. Cool. I'm excited for Dark Horse to begin reprinting Corbin stuff. They must be. Wait, what did Daniel ask? How does that LED strip work? No, must have been something before that. Oh, there's your answer for the Berserk. Got it. Message you a clip on Omar Raw Shark video. I have it saved to the PC for Geo last year. Okay, you messaged it to me on Facebook? Okay, just a sec. Let me see if I can pull that up. James Abel sent a video. Raw Shark is born. Okay, wait. Okay. All right, here it is. This is when he was on Omni Bros. Let me share the video. Awesome, James. Thank you. Okay, share percent. Share screen. Window. Share. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, just a sec. Let me go back and make sure that I have the volume up.
I think the story. Have you guys read the question?
Yeah, okay. I read it when it came out back on singles.
I've heard of it. The story that I always like to talk about is what's it called? Like I Dream of Raw Shark or A Dream of Raw Shark. It's where the question's reading an issue of Watchmen, and he's like, man, Raw Shark is kind of a badass.
Raw Shark?
Yeah, you know, the guy from Watchmen.
Rorschach.
Yes. Raw Shark.
Wayne now is Raw Shark.
Oh boy. Cycle Cleveland in the chat. Cycle Cleveland in the chat. I'm going to leave right now.
Cycle Cleveland is in the chat.
God damn it.
Raw Shark.
Oh. You're getting this shit. But I think the story.
Now, could you guys see that? Plate holders. Wait. Okay, did you guys see that, or do I need to show it again? Okay. That was like, okay, so you guys could see that. Okay, yeah. You saw it. Okay, good. Because every time I came back to hear it, it blanked out for me, so I went back to it. Okay, good. Let me. there was. Lou and I were like looking in the chat, going, "What did he say?" Yeah, Lane Wayne was before that. Do you collect any other character covers? Just Harley. I have a lot of Silver and Bronze Age of my favorite covers that have been on there. I'm rotating Harley in. Oh, no, I'll tell you what. I'm rotating Harley in there. And then after Harley, I'm rotating Adam Hughes covers in there. Just there are transparent wall mounts you can get for graded books. Oh, that would look great on the wall behind your Harley statues. Thank you, Eric. Okay, that's a great idea. Yeah, I feel like mine don't lean back that much, but I don't think it looks bad. Amazon does clear stands for CGCs that can also be used to wall mount them so they look like they're floating. Yeah, I know there are stands that are more upright that are plastic, and they're like this with more of a balanced arm on the bottom. I have at least one somewhere. So, but I love the idea of putting like Harley like right there. That'd be cool. All right, good. Thank you. Do you prefer the classic Harley look or the modern look? Good question. I like all Harley looks as long as the Joker's not in them, because the whole fun for me is that she's broken away, stopped her toxic relationship with Joker. I'm aware of how it started on the animated series. I love that she's on her own and causing her own mayhem. I like a strong single Harley. Yeah, Midtown always does do that. Whoa. We can technically get away with saying a Vegas trip is channel related. Lady Gaga is about to do a second residency there, and she's playing Harley and Joker too. So Vegas is a business trip. Hayden, always thinking. Wall stands, covers. Corbin, yeah, Richard Corbin. Tell me if you want to see it again, because I'm happy to play it. Here's Bob's. How are you, Bob's? Good to see you. Yeah, we do. Love it. Raw Shark. Oh! You've got your spy Josh in here to steal ideas from me already. What are you doing in here? I saw it, but oh, this is going too far? Okay, good. Hang on a sec.
Have you guys read the question?
Yeah.
Okay.
I read it when it came out back in singles.
I've heard of it. The story that I always like to talk about is how's it called? Like I Dream of Rorschach or A Dream of Rorschach. It's where the question's reading an issue of Watchmen, and he's like, man, Rorschach is kind of a badass.
Rorschach?
Yeah, you know, the guy from Watchmen.
Rorschach.
Yes.
Rorschach? Lane Wayne now is Rorschach.
Oh boy. Cycle Cleveland in the chat. Cycle Cleveland in the chat. I'm going to leave right now.
Cycle Cleveland is in the chat.
God damn it.
Rorschach.
Oh. I can't get this shit.
I love it. Whoop, I almost removed myself. Yeah, we did. Oh, huge Adam Hughes fan. I flew out to Vegas to visit Gabe because Adam Hughes was going to be signing books at Torpedo Comics when Gabe worked there. And at the time, Adam Hughes wasn't doing a lot of appearances. So I took a bunch of Adam Hughes books out there, which I'm happy to show. I need to do an Adam Hughes collection. I don't have any original art because his original art's like $5,000. But I have a ton of covers and a special print he did of Magic that I bought at Baltimore Con. So I could do a whole Adam Hughes collection video, which I'd like to do. At 2 Cycle, especially Cycle. He's the one that brought it up. Yeah, those were fun days. Hey, there's Matthew. Not only at me, I started it. He sure does. Coming soon, Momnibus, Raw Shark Omnibus, and Alf Omnibus. Don't forget Lane Wayne Omnibus. James needs to let me know the date of that video. I can search back through video from there. I'll make it easy on you. Geo can find anything at any point. He's like James, only to the 10th power for Omnibros. I'll get that video for you. I'll have James pull it. I'll have Geo send it to James. James will pull it, and boom, we'll show it. Yeah, that's right. Very fine condition. A few minutes behind, but I haven't had raw shark since my sushi days. Oh, Cycle Cleveland, I had 2/7/2019 on that video. It worked. Hiccup's gone. Okay, search for the Lane Wayne. We're going to Vegas 17th to 25th. If anybody wants to party and go comic shopping, go to Torpedo Comics. That is a boss comic shop. Gabe doesn't work there anymore. Whoa, it is really, really cool. Josh told me everything and I'm stealing all your ideas. I knew Josh was a rat. I knew it. Yeah, that's right. I know how now. Yeah, I knew you were a spy, you. It was Raw Shark. We'll know he's stealing when tomorrow announcements video is Galactus comes out of the closet. Don't steal that, Omar. That's for me. Remember that shirt, Jess? One of our viewers made of Raw Shark. That was a great shirt. I want my 10%. Larry and Very Fine are talking to each other. Yeah, you know, that guy from Watchmen. Oh, here's Gabriel. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, Gabriel. Okay, good. I will do that. I have a pretty good idea of where they are. YP, have you checked out the Emma Frost cover? I have. It's coming in from TFAW. I did order it. I don't know. You'll have to ask Very Fine Condition. Okay. Oh, Geo will find it. Geo probably has it on his desktop. Oh. Okay, just a sec. Which email did you send it to? Did you send it to my, okay, wait. Might have sent it to my original. What email did you send it to, Marcelo? I don't see it at Omnidog. Oh, wait, just saw it. Just a sec. Just a sec. Lane Wayne, YouTube clip. YouTube. Oh, wow. How am I going to find that? That's the whole episode. Wait a second. This is the whole episode. Does it start out? It's just me and Omar. Where's the Raw Shark episode? I mean, the Lane Wayne part. And Darkseid. Oh, check out Lane Wayne at 58:47. Okay, just a second. 58, 47. 58, 47. Oh, you put it right there. Oh, you're good, Marcelo. Okay, just set. All right, here we go. Okay.
That's how you pronounce it.
Just guessing.
To try. Al's from Al's Bar in X-Men. I've always wanted to fanfic myself in there, but I don't fanfic, so. Yep, Al's Bar, Kemi, that's the one.
I think Pop's Chocolate Shop from Archie.
You just want to check out the women.
Totally.
Don't
even deny it.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Did you just see that from Tyler Trent? Giving us $2 for 20 more minutes. This is like the Jerry Lewis Pledge-a-thon.
That would make Gabe happy. He loves pouring out the show. The Magic Barton Ducks are Strange or Justice League Dark. That's a good answer. I'm not reading that one out loud, but that's a good one. Cycle Cleveland. Have you heard of the two Marvel creators' deaths today? Yeah, I did.
Marie Severin.
Yeah, and Gary, I'm not even gonna butcher his last name. Okay, I take it that's how you pronounce it.
Just guessing.
Okay, yeah, that's sad. They were pretty big. I mean, she was a co-creator of Spider-Woman. Been around forever. Both of them had. Apparently, there was Marvel treated Gary like crap, though, and I mean that was just a common thing back then. You know, one of the saddest things I remember I met Lane Wayne a few years ago. Got him to sign a few books, and he didn't have a huge line or anything, right? But he created like one of my favorite characters, Wolverine. So I talked to him for about 30 minutes. He was such a nice guy. And, you know, we talked about the movies and stuff like that. And then he signed one of my my Batman books. And he was like, man, you know what's really funny is I get more money out of this book because of the Batman movies than I do for creating this guy right here, Wolverine. He doesn't get anything from the movie for creating
Who
Wolverine.
is this?
Lane Wayne, the creator of Wolverine, Giant Size X-Men 1.
Oh my gosh.
So he was saying that for creating Lucius Fox, like he got a residual from the movies. Like anytime the movies were released on Blu-ray or they came out in the theater, like he got money for that. But at the time, I guess when Wolverine was created and all those characters were created, Marvel didn't have some kind of like agreement or contract with the artist and writers. So that really sucks. Talking about a serious matter, you're laughing your ass off. What's so funny? This better be good.
Cycle Cleveland is beating you up. I had no idea who Lane Wayne was. It was Len Wein.
Len Wein. Of course he corrects me.
I was like, who's Lane Wayne?
Lane Wein. That's who it is. Thank you. Of all the people to correct me. Couldn't you have put him in timeout during this time so he could bite his tongue and just...
Oh, he's so much back in my good graces.
Yeah, he made me look bad. Thanks. Moving on to the next question. Omar.
Okay, you got to see the whole thing. Yes. I forgot how hard I laughed at that. Cycles was Cycle was in the. I had you in there in the chat. You were beating him up. It's right there. You can see it right there. I forgot how hard I laughed at that. Oh my God. That's so great. Well, it doesn't matter. Len Wein. We didn't know. It's Len Wein. But it was I had no idea who Lane Wayne was. I was like, Lane Wayne created Wolverine? Who? Wow, I don't know this name. You did have it bookmarked. I need to yeah. It's right at like 58:17. But I thought you'd like the setup to it. Who wants to see it again? Oh, just all I need is one more. I nearly threw up my noodles. What a great show! Oh my God! You're the champ, Marcelo. You and James. Okay, I will clip it tomorrow. Thank you, buddy. Praying James Gunn manages to get Kevin Feige on board for Marvel and DC Presents Lane Wayne versus Rorschach movie. And while we're talking pronunciation, it's Kubert, not Kubert, according to the Sens. Kubert. Yeah, I always thought, who says Kubert? I've always thought it was Kubert. Don't try and get Omar out of hot water here by changing the subject. This is about Omar right now. The whole show's about Omar. He went back to his nice. I don't think I timed you out at all. He wanted me to, but I didn't time you out at all. Oh, Omar says coup. Okay. He should have stayed in his mom's basement. That was on the Thursday Marvel solicitations where his mom comes into Omar's basement and gives him lunch. And we all started making fun of him living in his mom's basement. Oh, my God. Yeah, that was really, really good. That whole mom stream with the momnibus. Oh, my gosh, that was so great. What a great stream. I'm all out of Omar videos, so I don't know if he'll come back, Gabriel. Bruce Wayne's Uncle Lane. Well, I've covered all the things I want to read, including this. I'm happy to keep making fun of Omar as much as you want, but does anybody want to tell me what they are wanting to read this year, or can I answer any questions for you out there? I only uncovered this one with the impossibly posed She-Hulk. There could be others. I don't remember. This is the only one I've uncovered so far. And I don't think I've opened it since 1991 when it came out. That's the only one I have right now that I found. Talking to his lawyer right now. Oh, yeah. That's how the chat worked back then. You would just send in all these questions and stuff and not questions, pronouncements. You would bombard us with pronouncements. I did not know he did Penthouse Comics. I don't own those. You will have to perhaps tell me about it at Omnidogs Vault 2 at Gmail. Tell me how to get a hold of those. I bet those are something to see. Don't forget this or this. Jake is I'm looking forward most to Cat Brubaker and Thor by Jason Aaron. I need to add Thor to my list. I want to read all of Thor this year. Good point, Jake. Among other things, I plan to read Hulk Omni #1 and all the Peter David Hulk Omnis. Good. Also, Rush Shark by Tom King. Yeah. Oh, you were a little disappointed in Zombie Coffee, huh? Art was good, but hard to follow. The dialogue was also hard as they were using the lettering to sound like the characters. I have Zombie Coffee. It was recommended to me by a good friend from Sweden that is not Joachim, but I am committed to reading that book. I'm sorry you're disappointed in that, Daniel. Some say controversial, some say legendary. Ms. Kamaral wants to start reading Hickman's X-Men with House of X Powers of 10. Good. Great series. Jess has been mad at Cycle because he questioned Jess's qualifications for not liking Fourth World, I think. You know, like when somebody says he hasn't read enough Batman. I think the real beef, first of all, I have both absolutes of Kirby's Fourth World, so it cannot be challenged anymore. I think the real beef was his selection of the best Gang of Four song, when, without question, it's I Love a Man in the Uniform. So that's where we had our first beef. How much of the current X-Men have you read? Good point. I've only read through what was the last hardcover? X of Swords. Did I just blank out there? I've only read through X of Swords, but I have all of Reign of X. I have Inferno. I have Hellfire Saga, Gala, Hellfire Gala. That's another thing I want to read this year. And sooner rather than later, I want to read through Reign of X, get through those hardcovers, because I got to get to Immortal X-Men and Immoral X-Men and X-Men Red. So good point, YP. I want to get caught up on that X-Men stuff. And I should do a video on how to read Reign of X, or how to get started or to continue with Reign of X. Adam Hughes did a really nice Black Canary cover for Deathstroke #1, my first graded comic. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I can think exactly of what that cover was. My plan was to begin Baltimore Almost Volume 2 or Cataclysm Ultimate's Last Stand sometime this weekend. Yeah, I prefer you read Baltimore. Just, did you do a review for All-Star Batman Rebirth Volume 3? I have not read it yet. I believe that's First Ally. I haven't read it yet. So that's something I need to read too. Because that's one of the few Rebirth books I haven't read. Good point. I'm picking up the Powers HCs and looking forward to reading them too. Nice. Oh, good. Here's Batmanda. How you doing, Batmanda? I want to read all of Invincible and Paper Girls this year. Paper Girls is wonderful. Invincible's on my list to read. I do like Fourth World. I got both the absolutes of it, so relax, you weirdo. There it is. Philzilla, just wanted to say I've watched a ton of your videos. Thank you. First time I'm actually catching you live. You've helped me get back into comics. Wow, Philzilla, what a wonderful compliment. Thank you so much. Now that we're moved in, I'll be doing more content and hopefully show you some things that you want to read. Thank you so much, Philzilla. That's a wonderful compliment. Just found out that Hellblazer has like 27 trades. Do you know what might be double dipping from the Omni, and is it as good as the Omni? Thanks and great show. I just moved all of my Hellboy in here. Hellblazer. It looks like it's volumes 5 through 8 is in the omnibus. Volumes 5 through 8 of Hellblazer is in the Omni. That's all Ennis. And it looks like Jenkins' run starts at 9. And is it as good as the Omni? Dipping from the... I personally liked Jamie Delano's run. A lot of people didn't. I did. You got Warren Ellis. You got Paul Jenkins, Brian Azzarello. Mike Carey does a great run. Mike Carey writes a lot of it. And let's see. Here's some of the other ones. Oh, Peter Milligan. I liked his run. Andy Diggle. Milligan. I thought Milligan did really well. I think Milligan finished it out. What is this? This is a claim sheet. Class 17. Wait, where is this? Yeah, I think Milligan finishes it out with Death and Cigarettes. Am I right? Is this the last one? Yeah. Death and Cigarettes is the last one. This is the old one. I started collecting the old style ones. This isn't the new style ones. I personally like all of Hellblazer. I think it's all at least very good to brilliant. So, now, some people disagree with me. Some people don't like Peter Milligan. Some people don't like Paul Jenkins. Some people don't like Jamie Delano. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, even though it's wrong. I think a lot of it's good. But here's the problem, Rising Phoenix. Some of those trades are out of print. Could DC reprint them? Maybe. If you're interested, I would get what you can and fill in the gaps later. I don't know what they're going for on eBay or Amazon or something, but I loved all of Hellblazer. I liked and loved. I didn't dislike anything. I need to read my Fourth World Absolute. That's a good one. Got to continue Amazing Spider-Man Omni #1. Okie doke. Good. Thanks to tonight's stream, my comics-related goals have expanded from catching up on Harley to slot Spider-Man and reading as much Daredevil as I can. Same. I want to read Charles Soule. I had a classmate named Rob Sewell. Rob Sewell. It was pronounced the same way. It was pronounced a different way. It was spelled the same way. So I always say Charles Soule. I know it's Soul, but I need to read, what the hell? I need to read Daredevil by Soul and then Zdarsky. Looking forward to Saga coming back, but as long as it'll be for the series to finish, I wish I could have waited till 2026. Yeah, exactly. Excited to read Lone Wolf and Cub this year. Just finished East End. Oh, what's East End? It might dive in more in DC women. Well, I always like DC women. I don't know what East End is, though. Those are good times where I could always derail the chat and frequently derail the show. Short-term reading goals. Finish Sandman. Good. Saga of the Swamp Thing absolutes. Good for you, Noir Wolf. The stream did just go half black for a second. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Maybe I need to hook up my Ethernet connector here. I'm right next to the router. I might do that for the next one. He won't appear on the show. I've asked him before. He won't appear on the show. I have asked him. You might be right. It might be better for you to just stay in the chat. Can't imagine just putting up with his chat persona in actual video form. Hey, if I can do a video with Omar next to me in my tiny little library like he did, and we almost started fighting, fist fighting, I can handle you on a video feed. I've been flying through Omnis for the 4 past months, but I need to read Preacher, yeah. Death and Return of Superman, yeah. And the Heroes Return event, which I know nothing about. But good luck and have fun. I'm also trying to catch up with X-Men. From New X-Men to Astonishing. Yep. Oh, then straight to Hoxpox to up to the latest OHC. Yeah, sure. You don't need to read anything in between. You'll get it. It's all great. Have you ever done a vinyl show? I know you're a fan, and I think it pairs well with reading comics. I like to listen to jazz vinyl while reading Brubaker and Parker crime comics. So does the Minister of Comics. He loves to listen to jazz while he's reading crime comics. I did a punk rock show where we talked about punk vinyl. I haven't actually pulled out any records, and I just sold 1,500 classic rock albums in the estate sale. Those went for righteous dosh. I appreciated that. So what I have now is a variety of mostly soundtracks, although there's Slater-Kinney box sets. I have soundtracks, ambient. I do have some obscure rock and stuff. I mean, I could do a vinyl show, but I don't know how many people collect vinyl. I don't know. Maybe if enough people want it. The classic heroes return before the late 90s Marvel Heroes return titles. FF Avengers Thor. Just started the McFarlane Spidey Omnibus and have the McFarlane Spidey Omni up after that. Then I think I'm reading both volumes of the Superman Batman Omnis. Let me know what you think of the second one. I know the first one is awesome. I haven't read the second one since it came out in singles. That's how I used to collect it. Now that I think about it, this might be the latest hour I've ever watched an Omnidog stream live. Yeah, 1022. We're almost going to hit the next bolus there, Cycle Cleveland. East Enders? Catwoman of East End? Catwoman. Is that what you're talking about? Because that was awesome. East End Catwoman. Oh, Catwoman of East End. Yeah, that was awesome. Invincible is another of my reading goals this year too, Jess. Good True Graphic. Mr. Tex also said Catwoman. Good for you guys. Philzilla. Going to start Batman 89 tomorrow. Then off to read Absolute Kingdom Come for the first time. Also want to do Metal. Loved Metal. Loved Absolute Kingdom Come. Heard great things about Batman 89. That is in the stack of shame right now, but I'll get to it. Oh, hey, here's NFL Dude. I'm finally going to read Scalp this year. That's one of the books I picked. Even though I have the full set, I've only read the first exact same thing, NFL Dude. I've had the whole set since 2015. I've read one book twice. So I need to read. That is exactly, I have it right here as one of my choices to read this year. And I'm going to write all these down on a list in my notes on my phone. Omar's got nothing on me. You can't handle the Cleveland. You might be right. No, we wouldn't fist fight. And I wouldn't. Omar might take me. He's from the streets. Just if you need someone to interview for your channel, I'm here. I freaking love comics, and I'm a wood artist and autistic. All right, I will consider that. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think Omar might fight dirty. Yes, exactly, Josh. Throw sand in the eyes. It wouldn't be fair. I need to finish Deadly Class. At this point, I think I'll wait for the last deluxe to come out. That's what I'm doing, Ryan. My overall goal for the year is to read at least 24 Omnis, 2 per month. That sounds reasonable for the year, plus whatever collected editions in between. Already 3 down for March. Yeah, I have to read more Omnis. It's just that they take so long, and I could read 3 hardcovers in half the time. My overall goal for the year is to... Oh, I just read that. I dropped the first Superman Batman Omni halfway. It got too ridiculous, and I wanted to read something else. I might go back to it later this year. Okay, not all books hit people the same way. I enjoyed that book, but not all books hit people the same way. Omar interviewed me twice, and I give him so much grief. Thank you. Very fine condition. There I am, caught up. So, what can I do? I already showed you my Harley covers. which I'm going to put here safely. Oh, I know. I want to read this too. Viewers baited me into it last week where I FOMO ordered it off of Amazon. So I need to read Callie. I'll put that on the pile too. That's probably let me. So we'll go over it. Callie, Barbaric, Book 2. Conan. Oh, yeah. Listen, Ms. Camerell. Yeah, listen to the description for this, and I'll show you the art. It sounds boss. Stabbed in the back, poisoned, and left for dead by her own biker gang, Callie sets off on a one-way road of vengeance across a war-torn desert battlefield. With impending doom coursing through her veins and a fascist army hot on her tail, Callie will stop at nothing to get her revenge, even if it's the last thing she's ever done. Holy Christmas. That story sounds great, and look at this art. I forgot I had this for a second, but I got it. I FOMO bought it the other day on my Sunday show. Yeah, you need to get it. And then just baited Jordan into buying Callie also. Yeah, wait till I read it and review it. See if I can get some more people to read it. Yeah, I just told you what it's about. Omar once said that Matter Eater Lad was better than Pharaoh Lad, and the world was never the same. I don't think it's going to be bolus time for at least like 10 after 11. So I think I'll probably be finished with that. I think I have some Frost Top in the fridge. Yes. FOMO. Get it. And then I'll review it. I'll read this early and review it. Maybe I'll read it this week. Hey, there's Stimson. How you doing, Stimson J Cat? Go get him, Callie. Okay, I'm ordering that too. Callie. Cycle, do you remember the Omni Bros where you ate dinner and then you said, oh my God, I got to go throw up. And then you went and threw up and then you came back to the chat. That was a great Cycle Cleveland moment. Oh my God, I'm going to throw up. He was gone for 10 minutes. Okay, I threw up and I'm back. Put off reading. It's not put off reading so much as books that are on my shelf that need to be put off, I guess. Put off. It's not that I didn't want to read them. It's just that I haven't gotten to them yet. And these are the top ones that I want to read. Go Callie. Go Callie. Woo, 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 woo. Josh, good question. My favorite currently is Spreckers. Frost Hop is awfully good. Boylan's a little too sweet for me, but Spreckers is perfect. My daughter and I went to Rocket Fizz, which is where we got the gross sodas. James, if you'd like to pull the gross sodas episode and put it in the chat, I'd appreciate it because my daughter and I worked hard on that episode. We tasted gross sodas, I think in December. And at that same store, Rocket Fizz, we picked up 20 different kinds of root beer. And we're going to do a root beer tasting here very soon. Love the first Superman Batman Omni. This will be a reread. I will certainly let you know how volume 2 is. Good. Thank you. Yeah, go. I better read it this week and do a review before you all write in and tell me, Omnidog, this is terrible. Well, it might be kind of fun if we all read it together. And then, okay, wait, this is not a bad idea. What if everybody that's buying Cali right now emails me here about when they've read it, when they finished it? If everybody gets it this week, because I think the place you're getting it from delivers overnight, probably like next day. Everybody that's reading Cali, let's do a live show where we all review Cali, and we'll give credit to James Abel for coming up with that idea. So email me here. Tell me your name, your YouTube name first, and then your real name. And let's do a live review together of Cali. What a great idea. Right on, man. Good job, James. Appreciate it. Cali has been purchased. I think they got it from the Bezos. Let me see if OPB has it. Oh, gee, there's Omar right there. OPB, do you have Cali? Let's see. Organic Price Books has Cali. You can order it from there. Get $2 off code Omnidog. And there we go. Go to Organic Price Books, order Cali, and we'll all have a show. We'll do a show together. Cali has been purchased. You did. That's how I got FOMO'd into buying it last Sunday. It is, I don't know about IST. It is on Amazon, but you can go to Organic Price Books and use my code. It's up to you. Peace and love. Oh, thank you. Here it is. Gosh, James, you're so good. Please watch this video because my daughter and I put a lot of effort into it, and my daughter is hilarious. And we taste some of the foulest sodas ever made. Butter, ranch dressing. Wow. We really did it to ourselves. Yoicks. Oh, here's Mary M. Cali is on Hoopla if anyone is interested in reading there first. Mary M, are you going to participate in the book club? We're going to all do a live review on Cali as soon as we've all read it. Yeah, read it and return it to Amazon. I am absolutely not saying you should do that. This is a good question. Which book in your collection from YP have you owned the longest and still haven't read? Not these books. These are all fairly recent purchases. I'd have to go in the other room. Maybe. That is a really good question. What have I owned the longest? I think, YP, that's such a good question. I may have to wait until I've organized everything and I can see everything. Because right now, no, I've read all those DC Omnis. I need to get everything sort of organized. And then I will return to that. Remember that question and ask it again in a couple weeks, because by then I'll have everything organized. And that is a really good question. I'd like to answer that. Yeah, Jake, you'll take part. It's coming on Monday, okay? Rick Ray, Ray Cali last year. We're happy to join in the discussion. Okay, you got my email address. Let me just let me know when you're ready to, when you've read it and you're ready to go, because we'll want to do it while it's fresh on our minds. This is fun. I really like this idea. Let me get permission from my girlfriend real fast. Tell her to let me get it. Jake's girlfriend. You collect all those fun little backpacks. You need to let Jake get this book, which is supposed to be amazing. Callie. It's not expensive. Not expensive, and it's a great read. And in turn, Jake will get you another one of those little backpacks you like to collect. Sorry, Jake, I had to throw you under the bus. No Callie and CGNRIC. OPB has it though. Yes, they do. Up. James got FOMO too. Let's go. Let's go. Wow, just saw on Amazon the Thor Omni 2 by Aaron is available for pre-order. Yes, we announced that on Omar's Very Fine Condition on Thursday solicits. Right on, man. Sounds good. Might get it in 5 to 7 days, though. It has to be imported. That's fine. I think we should give everybody 2 weeks to get it. If they're not, if they're getting it from OPB, it'll take a couple days. It'll be imported there. Let's just try and do it, not at the end of this week, but maybe the end of the following week. Love the book club idea. This is great. That soda video is incredible. I've watched it at least once a week. Always makes me laugh. That's fun. Oh, Marcelo, I've owned Secret Wars 2 since 2012, and I might never read it. Yeah, that's the one that I heard wasn't all that great, that it was created just for toys. Stimson, I've been buying the Peter David Hulk Omnis, and I started with the first print of Volume 1 and told myself I wouldn't start till I had all of them. Haha, it's a rough task not reading them. Haha. Okay, wait. Jake just sent me a text. Order placed from Jake. Callie. Nice, Jake. We're going to have a good book club. Have no idea what Callie is, but if it's on Hoopla, I'm down. Callie, and the author is Daniel Friedman. Order it, read it on Hoopla, whatever you want to do. This is going to be fun. Rising Phoenix just got it. When you say join the discussion, you mean in the chat or on the show? Well, I mean, if we've got over 10 people, I can't handle that many in the chat. I mean, I can't handle that many on the video. I think it'll just be me with you guys participating in the chat, giving your reviews. Because I don't know that I could easily handle. I could switch people in and out, but that might not be fair to people. Some people are on the air longer. I'll have to think about that. I just felt like we'd have our own chat about it. Nice. I hope so. Okay. No worries, Ryan. You have 2 weeks. The original Secret Wars was the one that was an excuse to sell toys. Oh, okay. But in my opinion, it's not bad at all. I love that this is happening after 10:30 and anyone not here is missing it. Viewership remains strong for this episode. I'm really happy. Jess, you need to FOMO everyone and getting Carmen. Yeah, I tried to sell people on that book, but I don't think anyone was buying it. Carmen was so good. Maybe that can be the next book club we do. People get all confused between Callie and Carmen, and that's perfect. I love it. Because Carmen was great. That's one of my books of the year from last year. If I get Callie, I will never. Why? You can get Callie. Who will you never hear the end of it from? Nobody that matters. Another order for Callie has been placed. I'm shy, so chat works. Yeah, I think that's probably... I don't like Zoom call quality. I think I'd like to stick with the chat. If I don't end up liking Callie, I'll blame Omar and Raw Shark. Oh, you're gonna get in you and James. I think you might need to contact the author and demand another $1, like I did from Mark Wade for Irredeemable. Hands up for those buying Callie for that cover alone. It's pretty boss. Actually, I'm so excited for it, I might read it tonight. Handpick waving. Dadgummit Justice, my one chance to be on video. I just borrowed. You'll still be on. We'll be talking about it, and you'll be right in the chat. We'll all be together talking about it. You'll be highlighted and everything. Oh, Nora Wolf, you have to read Carmen. I need to do my best of 2022 before we get too far into 2023. Can your book club be called the Omnidog Pound? Omnidog Pound. Yeah, you guys can be the Omnidog Pound. FOMO everyone into putting the book out of print, then intensify the FOMO with a review episode, and I'll have my 10 copies ready to eBay. Omnidog Book Club. We can do one book a month. I love this idea. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly who wrote it and illustrated it. It's brilliant. Does OPB have an Amazon storefront as well? There's a seller there called Organic Prices, and I asked a few months ago on one of Omar's videos, and someone said it was just them using a different name. I don't honestly know. I know they do auctions on some place. I actually don't know where they do auctions. I'm not sure. Yeah, they could. I'm not sure. I'm part of Very Fine Patreon. I always go into the book and never read said book. Haha, Bard James will bury me. Okay. Wait, there was a answer for Razorama. What did he ask? Razor, where were you? I think sellers often will have a storefront on Amazon just to cover all their bases. I'm going to wait. Let me put the, Gabriel, let me put the email up again. This is my email. Contact me there. You can say, I just got Callie, gonna read it. I need probably 10 people. If 10 people, it sounds like 10 people have already ordered it. Just keep me posted when you start it and when you're done. And then we'll shoot for maybe a week from Friday at like 5 Eastern Standard Time to do it. If that works for people, we can bat around times that work best for people. But I want to give people 2 weeks. A lot of people can't get it overnight. Marcelo has to get it imported, and I want him to be part of the discussion. So it'll probably be, I would guess, let's try for a week from this coming Friday, and let's just keep in touch as how you're doing on reading the book and who you are, so I can get a count of people. Actually, it doesn't have to be 10. It could be 5. I don't care. It's fine. How big is the Callie book? You mean thickness or height? Thickness. Let's see if it says how many pages are in it. Oh, there's lots of good page breakdowns and stuff at the end. Lots of good illustrations. The Making of Callie. Gosh, I don't think it's more than a couple hundred pages. It's this big. And a chunk of that is the making of Callie. So just signed up for Hoopla to read Callie with everyone. Awesome. Oh, yes. Carmen is by Guillaume March, and it is a fantastic read. Rick Ray always has good taste. Oh, Dimensions, that is. Well, here's a deluxe scalped. So it's that big. It's oversized. It's quite oversized. Okay, now that tangent is dying down. Time to start the reading goals topic. I've been doing that the whole time. Speaking of books with one-word female names, has anyone read Scarlet? I think that's another one I have, but have yet to read. I read Scarlet back in 2016, recovering from knee surgery. Getting my replacements. I also read Lucifer in the hospital, and one nurse looked at the book and goes, Lucifer? I said, yeah, but it's not really that Lucifer. I tried to explain it to her, and she said, She thought I was reading about Satan. My point is, I read Scarlet in the hospital while recovering from knee surgery. I've totally forgotten all about it because I was looped. So I need to reread Scarlet. I enjoyed that. Oh, I can good question. Because I have some digital books I have to read. Here it is. Yeah, I do buy digital when there's a great sale. I prefer the real books though. I own a lot of digital books, but I've also been doing a lot of Hoopla, Marvel Unlimited, and then the new DC app. And let me go to the DC app, and I'll tell you what my reading goals are on the DC app. My DC library, favorite comic books. Okay. So this is what I want to read this year. Okay, I've got Batman, Catwoman. Batman, Catwoman. For some reason, I had to download these individually. Poison Ivy, I want to catch up on or start reading. A bunch of Elseworlds titles. Blackest Night. I own Blackest Night. Oh, DC versus Vampires. I want to read. What the hell? Just a sec. Okay. DC versus Vampires, I want to read. Nightmare Country, the new Sandman Universe book. I want to read that. These are all in the DC app. And I will get the deluxe of Nice House on the Lake when it comes out because I really enjoyed this. Batman Beyond the White Knight. Catwoman, Lonely City. I heard that's excellent. And then Prez, that's by Mark Russell, I think. Oh, and Rogues. World's Finest by Mark Waid. Swamp Thing by, I think, Graham V. DC versus Vampires. Rogues is supposed to be awesome. I'm reading that. Let me take this out. Flashpoint Beyond, Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn, Make 'em Laugh. I want that to come out in hardcover. Oh, and Justice League 3000, Justice League 3001. Those are the books that I have currently on DC that I want to read. I'm especially excited for Batman, Catwoman, and Catwoman, Lonely City. And Rogues. Well, Callie, but I promised to sell the next purchase from Bezos' store would be a reasonably priced and clean copy of that Emma Frost. Oh, the collection? Is that out of print? Oh, okay. Can the book review just not be the weekend of February 11th? That's my birthday weekend, and I'll be busy on a trip. Okay, Jake. We'll work it around your birthday. Don't worry. Holy smoke. Okay, so February 10th is when I said it was going to be, but Jake can't make it. So let's make it February 17th. That gives everybody a chance to get the book no matter where you are. Hoopla, Mexico, Bezos, Organic Price Books. February 17th is what we'll shoot for. Are you happy, Jake? That's what she said. No, it's my show. Scarlet is on my list. I love Scarlet. It's a tie between that and Alias is my favorite Bendis books. Good. Well, I mean, it did say Lucifer. She wasn't superstitious. She was like, are you reading about Satan? Well, she didn't say that. But that's what was on her mind. Yeah, it's really big. Yeah, Larry, right on. This is awesome. That's awesome, Daniel. I look forward to reading it. I'm so psyched that Larry got Callie. I love how the new DC app has collected editions. I hope Marvel adds that soon. Yeah, it's really easy to download things. For some reason, I couldn't get Batman Catwoman as one series, but I got everything else. DC Vampire started awesome. The back half was a letdown, though. Hope you enjoy it. Swamp Thing Ram V. That's who's writing it. Yes. Cycle. Happy with the DC app. Just in DC, sometime you can click on a series like Batman 2016. You can click on Collected Edition Omnibus and read the issues together. I was having trouble with the Batman Catwoman book the other day. Everything was loading as one, but that one I had to, for some reason, get as individual issues. Liked Rogues. Okay, good. I read a lot of Nightmare Country and singles and really enjoyed it. Good. I picked up Carmen as well for next time. Good. That'll be the next book of the month club. Same Razor. Hope Marvel adds omnibus selection soon. Okay, Rick Ray. Rogues, Catwoman, and Wonder Woman Historia were all fabulous. 2 Black Label books. Human Target is spectacular too, and hopefully wraps strong. I have the first Human Target, standard, and I have the first Dark Knights of Steel, which I'm really excited to read. I wanted to wait till both of those second books came out to read them, but I may just read the first standard covers. If I knew where Human Target and Dark Knights of Steel were by Tom Taylor, I would have added those to the list. That's good to hear, Rick Ray. Came here to have a good time and just got Callie in Lonely City. Oh, you're going to a Comic-Con on February 11th. Okay. Yeah, the complete collection. Okay. You're happy that we moved it just because of you? Well, Jake, I hope you're happy. Have you read Tom King's? I haven't. It's in my digital downloads from the DC app, and I just haven't read it yet. Oh, you'll be in Vegas during the... Oh, that's right. You're going to be like the 11th through the 17th. Well, we'll work it out. Everybody just read it and send me, if we're doing it, the book of the month is February. I don't care if we do it the last week in February, if that means more people can do it. So everybody that wants to do it, I want to include everybody in it. So let's try and do it. It's fine with me if more people can do it, the further out we put it. If it's the book of the month is February, so we don't have to do it right away. Very soon, that's a Friday. We can do a weekend, not February 18th. I'll be flying all the 18th. Okay, I see we have to move it from the 17th to a later date. Okay. I would never have snuck Naughty and Nice into the Naughty and Nice. If Callie was paperback, Larry would be out. The easiest way to get around the Bezos clause is to buy it from OPB using the code Omnidog. New Spooey, my guy, person, friend. I do have a problem with the DC app that I can't download anything to read offline. Huh. I didn't know that. Peace and love, but if paper's on the book, it will be tossed. Peace and love, peace and love. Human Target starts off great and ends being great. Good to hear. Wonder Woman Dead Earth is almost Black Label for some reason. I used to have access to that, but I don't know where it is. I want to wait for Bat and Cat Deluxe. Ah, okay. What the hell? Where are you going? February. Okay, well, how about the 24th? Okay, the 24th is close to Gabriel's birthday. Little miffed at OPB over Killer Be Kill refund. I wanted to use canceled order for Omni, but couldn't. I get that. That's okay. All right, so everybody has their marching orders. Get Callie, read Callie, email Omnidog, go to OPB, Organic Price Books, use Omnidog's code, $2 off. Right. I can make it whatever you want because my priorities are set correctly. No, it's actually fine, Jake. I think the more time we get people to be able to buy it and read it, the more people will be able to participate. And we'll work it out. If Friday doesn't work for people, we'll try a Wednesday night or a Saturday afternoon that I'm not doing it with Kristen. Maybe that'll work better. We'll figure it out. Everybody just email me. Yeah, everybody just email me and we'll work it out. It's a brand new concept, so there's going to be some bumps, but we'll figure it out. So I've almost been... Don't you dare. I've been almost 3 hours on. I'm running out of steam. My mouth is dry. We all have our reading orders. Get Callie however you can, and we'll figure it out at omnidogsvault2@gmail. I look forward to this. This is going to be fun. Lots of fun. You guys are awesome, and I love the idea, and we're going to have fun reading this. So go to Omnidogs Vault on YouTube. Go to Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. Thank you, Josh. This is fun, Jess. Made my day and so much better. I can't get much more of a compliment. Thank you, Daniel. What a great compliment. Thank you, Gabriel. Peace and love to your wallet. That's right. So you've got my reading list. I've got my priorities set. I'm going to read all this. I do not. I have nothing to do with it. I was FOMO'd into buying it myself. Have a great night. And YP, don't forget your question because I want to answer that in a couple weeks next time I see you. So peace and love, peace and love. Get Callie, go to OPB. Thank you to the chat. You guys were great tonight. We had a ton of fun for 3 hours. I love it. It makes my life so much better to talk to all you guys and talk about comic books. This is wonderful. Thank you for helping me enjoy my day. This is absolutely perfect. And we will end and we will play us out with the Omnidog theme from Nate and his band Red Coat Turncoat. Thank you. Peace and love. Peace and love.